If you're like almost anyone in the world, when you think Disney, you immediately think of family fun and good times. With theme parks known as the happiest place on earth and movies that are so iconic, it's hard to think of Disney as anything other than perfection. However, there is another side to Disney, a darker side. Here are some of the mind-blowing scandals that Disney tried to cover up. MOANA brownface costume. When the movie Moana came out, it had kids everywhere wishing they could be just like Moana in Maui. That Halloween, when so many kids wanted to dress like Maui, it was a no-brainer for Disney to release a costume inspired by the lovable demigod. However, the costume, which included a tattooed bodysuit, brown in color, ended up becoming a serious point of contention with Pacific Islanders, who felt that the costume was insensitive and accused Disney of cultural appropriation. They claimed the costume was as bad as blackface and demanded the company pull the costume. Disney issued an apology and the costumes were ultimately removed from the stores. Debby Ryan. Born in Alabama and living in Europe as a child, Debby Ryan began acting at the age of 7 on an American base in Germany. She was cast on Barney and Friends in 2006, and she considers this her big break. Ryan was also in some commercials before she landed a role on The Sweet Life on Deck, a sequel to the Disney show The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The show was a huge hit. The show ended in 2011, and Ryan was cast as the lead in the new Disney series, Jessie. She was even able to direct an episode, making her the youngest female to direct a Disney Channel show. All this sounds great, right? Well, things took a hard turn in 2016, when Ryan was charged with driving under the influence. She was sentenced to 3 years probation, attending a DUI program, and community service. While she's not the first Disney star to find herself in hot water, she is significant because of the success of her series on Disney. Disney has since cut ties with Debby Ryan, who is now focusing on a music career. Plagiarism. Well, what have we here? Could it be that our beloved Disney has been accused of plagiarism? It's true, and here's what we know. The first accusation was made back in 1994 when critics started pointing out similarities between The Lion King and an anime TV series called Kimba the White Lion. Kimba? Simba? In both cases, the star is a lion cub trying to make his way in the world after his father has been killed. Another claim is that the Disney blockbuster Frozen was stolen from a short film called The Snowman. In the short movie, a group of rabbits and a snowman chases Carrot Nose over a frozen lake. Sound familiar? It's almost an exact duplicate of the same scene between Olaf and Sven in the Frozen teaser trailer. Disney ended up settling with the short filmmaker out of court. Subliminal messages. Subliminal messages can allegedly be found in many Disney movies. A subliminal message is something that affects someone's mind without their knowing it. Every child of the 90s who saw The Lion King in theaters will giggle and blush when reminded of this first subliminal message. At a pivotal moment in the film, when Simba has just about had it and his deceased father Mufasa appears in the sky, a pretty risque word appears in the stars before Mufasa's face materializes. The letters S-E-X can clearly be seen in the sky. Now, we're not quite ready to move on from The Lion King yet. Another subliminal message can be seen on the re-release movie poster from 2002, where majestic Simba's nose seems to bear resemblance to a rear-view shot of a scantily clad woman. This type of subliminal image is called a multi-stable image, where it appears to be two images in one. Another oldie, but a goodie, can be found in Aladdin, when Aladdin flies up to Jasmine's balcony and her pet tiger approaches him. If you listen very closely, it can sound like Aladdin says, "Good teenagers take off clothes." Disney vehemently denies Aladdin would say such a thing. They claim he simply says, "Good kitty, take off and go." What do you think? Song of the South. Sometimes history can come back and bite us, and for Disney, that history comes in the form of a movie. The 1946 film Song of the South was set in the post-Civil War Deep South. Recently freed slaves were living in harmony and their former masters. However, the film takes a serious turn with its historical inaccuracies and insensitive stereotyping. You could blame the film on being a product of its less progressive times, or on plain old ignorance. However, Walt Disney himself had reservations about releasing the film, but released it anyway. Today, Disney has just released their own streaming service, Disney+. Guess which film is the only production absent from the massive library? Song of the South will never be streamed on Disney+, so at least they got that right. MERIDA'S Makeover. With the current female empowerment movement going on around the globe, it's hard to think that anyone would try to make a Disney princess sexier. But that's exactly what happened in 2013. One of the toughest, bravest, see what I did there? Disney princesses that come along in years has been Merida from the Disney movie Brave. From her unconventional princess attitude and her tomboy bow and arrow wielding ways, Merida worked her way into the hearts of families everywhere for her realness. Well, when Merida was inducted as a Disney princess, the company decided to present her slimmer, with makeup and an off-the-shoulder dress. Fans of this down-to-earth natural beauty were furious. Disney quickly announced that this was not the official version of Merida, but a special version. Since then, Disney has gone on to nix the sexier version of Merida, and her makeup-free face dons merchandise everywhere. Miley Cyrus. Who can forget the 2013 MTV Music Awards when Miley Cyrus could be seen wearing next to nothing and gyrating around the stage with a giant foam finger while grinding up on Robin Thicke? A long cry from her Hannah Montana days. Miley became the poster child for Disney stars who have completely changed their image. Miley was the Disney golden child for most of the 2000s. Starring as Hannah Montana with several high-rated movies under her belt, Miley had enough of her squeaky clean image and rebelled completely. She has said that when she turned 18, she knew it was time to leave Disney behind. We don't think Disney had a problem with that. Roasted ducks. This one might be hard to stomach. Back in 1992, one of the hottest shows at Disney World was the Fantasmic Show, which took place over the Rivers of America attraction. During the big finale of the show, Maleficent appears as a 45-foot dragon and breathes fire over the river. The problem? Ducks would often migrate to the waterway, and the fire from the dragon would, well, roast them. After this happened more than once, Disney installed a machine to create bubbles in the water to scare the ducks so that they would fly away before the stunt. Which scandal blew your mind the most? Any scandals we left off the list? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more mind-blowing videos like this one.